Welcome to the Tree House, where we drink beer and solve nothing.
I'm stupid, you're smart. I was wrong, you were right. You're the best, I'm the worst. You're very good looking, I'm not attractive.
So what you see here is I'm going to Vice Major Brewing Company, or Vice Major, depends on how you want to pronounce it, but it's a quick drive down from the house. I love going to this place. It's just down the street. You can see here from the drive. It's a really easy drive to get to, and then the location's right off of Center Street, East Center Street, down over by Hanscom Park. It's a great little local joint, and I think it's really cool. The people inside were great. You can see I went in here and I grabbed a beer. The thing I love most about this though is, and I'll show it to you here, is you can order online. It's really great. You go online, you check and see what's going on, and in the time of our pandemic that we currently have going on, it's definitely the way to go. So you can go through, you see all the beers, everything is in here, you can pick out what you want. They even have all their different alcohols. They even have wine there. I think they even have gin. They have all kinds of different stuff you can buy. So, but there you go. A good selection of everything. Now here's the stuff down here that you can see. They have food for delivery, but things that I really get that I didn't do is they have pizza, and their pizza is pretty good. I'd highly recommend checking it out. So the website's really worth doing. Check that place out. And as you can see, as I went inside here, I checked out everything. I picked up my beer. I walked around a little bit, but it's a really cool environment. I think it used to be an old church, is what someone told me one time. But I really love the place. The vibe's really great. Right now, no one gets to be in there except for the staff, which is kind of a bummer. But when you're there and on a Saturday or something, it's really busy. It is a lot of fun. That place is packed. The food's really good. The beers are really good. And today, we're going to be drinking some of their good stuff here, and we'll go through that in a minute. All right, so first we're going to look at what the brewery is, and then we'll go through some of the beers they have, the beer I picked out. You can see here on Untapped, Vice Major Brewing, Omaha, Nebraska. Vice Major Brewing is inventive, handcrafted artisan beer that enlightens the palate and charms the spirit. It's high quality brewing that pays respect to the tradition of the art form. It's something ancient and something brand new, all at once, located at Hanscom Park, Omaha, Nebraska. They do have a really good list of beers. Thing I love about Untapped is you can see a brewer's beer and you can sort it by their most popular. You can see I've had a few of these before. If This Be Treason is definitely on my list to get next. I love their oatmeal stout. So to be completely transparent, I've been in here a few times. I've had some of their random releases, but also some of their like core beers. And every time I go in there, I'm usually in there with a group of guys, and we all get a different flight. So I've tried a bunch of these, but more of the taster lineup. And if you want to taste something, you want to try it out, definitely do it. But I don't think nowadays you're going to be able to go in there with 4 guys, get 4 different flights, and try all the beers with everything going on. So I'd highly recommend picking up some crowlers. Maybe a few of your friends can pick up 3, you pick up the other 3. Another guy picks up another 3, and you just kind of taste from there. But either way, you're looking through, they have a great lineup. Their website has what's on tap right now, so you can check it out there. We'll move over here. I love their cans. I don't think the camera's going to show this very well, but I love their cans. The detail on it's really great. It's a gold can that pops with this blue and gold list. That's great. The one I ended up getting was True Juice. It is a IPA Imperial New England. It's a double sour New England IPA brewed with milk sugar and triple hopped with Mosaic, Citra, Amarillo, Laurel, and El Dorado hops, with the added audacity of the sour, creaminess of the lactose, and the tropical profiles of the hops. This New England IPA is true juice, and I do not disagree. We had a beer last week that was a sour IPA from Crosstrain a little bit, but it was much more on the fruited sour side. This is much more on the sour lactose side. It's really, really good. The aroma is great. The beer is easy to drink, not too overly carbonated, really tasty, really smooth. The lactose gets you just a little bit. I'm actually salivating right now as I tell you this. So it's just right there in the right spot. And overall, a fantastic beer. I think I had never had this before, so let's take a look here. What am I going to rate this at? So on the old rating scale of would you buy a 4-pack of it at a 4, and somewhere in the 3 to 3.5 range for I'd buy it if it's on tap. 3.75 is I'd definitely buy it if it's on tap. I'd say True Juice is probably a 3.5 because I prefer some of their other core members at 3.75, and I love their other ones at a 4.0. Their stouts are really good, and they've got some really oddball stuff that's really yummy too. Solid beer to 3.5. I'd highly recommend grabbing it. It's still really good. So we're going to tilt over to section 2 here in a little bit, where I rant about all the horrible things that are going on in the world and a little bit about the great. Cheers. See you in a little bit. Welcome back. Got a beer refill. Ready for part number 2. Part number 2 is where the beer goes to your head. You can talk about all the important stuff. I try to usually sway back and forth, see what's going on in the world. I don't really have an allegiance to any political party, but I do like to point out how dumb people can be when they're in power. Or not enjoy it. Or, just don't kill us. That's all I'm asking. And let's be honest, we got the head clown show in office right now. So Donny and the boys are over there drinking up their drinks and having a good old time and getting infected with COVID-19 left and right over there in the West Wing. But not Donny. Donny's using his brain. Donny is taking hydrochloroquine, which is not proven at all to help you not get COVID-19. And multiple studies show that it actually harms people with COVID-19 with comorbidities, especially those that may be slightly overweight and have heart trouble. And as you can see here, our president is a fine physical specimen, which we should not be worried about, and his doctor lied on a physical form for. But let's be honest, Donny eats a lot of McDonald's and is not very good about his health. I don't really see him working out in the White House very often. To be taking a med that increases heart problems when you look like you should be able to have some heart problems, probably not the best bet. Subtopic, still part of the original topic, kind of, it's still Donny. Donny's over there in the White House running amok, and right now on Mother's Day, he decided to do what every good son does on Mother's Day and tweet over 100 times conspiratorial tweets, blaming everyone that doesn't like him for all kinds of things, including his sons calling Joe Biden a pedophile. Just fine, outstanding human beings, the Trump family. Before they were president and before he was in office, they were trash humans, and he's in office and he's still kind of a trash human. So surprise, surprise, America. Donny's over there talking about Obamagate, and as you can see here, his hand-picked AG Bill Barr is saying there's no criminal charges here. I don't know what he's talking about. Donny goes on film a little while later, right before he announces he's got hydrochloroquine in his body, as every responsible leader of the free world would do. Why have you more than doubled the unmasking policies and ripped away privacy rights for Americans? And you're over here asking, well, I can't believe they really wanted to find out what's going on when people are talking to Russian ambassadors. What are you doing with 20,000 of them? Who are you worried about? In the Fair and Balanced news section of our coverage, what you'll see here is the Democratic Party and the 20 people they started off with as we ramp forward to what's inevitably going to be one of the most contentious, crazy elections we have in a year. Started off with 20 diverse, unique people, fantastic leaders in there, and somehow they ended up with an old white guy who has a career of voting badly on important issues, a little too handsy with women that they're all trying to backtalk right now and quickly walk back their conversations on that. And while the Democrats started off with a fantastic chance to unseat Donald Trump and all the things they have, they've now wound down to essentially the same thing they did in 2016, forcing down our throats a hand-picked candidate from the DNC to say this person's the person you should all vote for, while once again ignoring every other candidate, because apparently Iowa, New Hampshire, and South Carolina are definitely a fantastic representation of all the voting bases. It always makes me wonder. And with that, I want to thank you for visiting the Treehouse today. Thank you for your time. Remember, never violate rule number 1. And the best beer in the world is the beer you have in your hand. Cheers.
I've got a plan.